Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade. Curry has always been the face of the Golden State Warriors. The leader who not only defines the franchise on the court, but also sets the tone in how the organization handles adversity, change, and rumors that circle around the team year after year. Recently, Curry was asked about Jonathan Kuminga and his potential free agency future, and his reaction has become a hot topic across the NBA world. Their Warriors, who are in a pivotal stage of their roster evolution, are facing questions about how they will move forward with a mix of aging veterans, young talent, and possible blockbuster moves. Fans are eager to know if Kuminga, one of the most talented rising stars on the team, will remain a Warrior for the long haul. And Curry's comments shed some light while adding intrigue to the swirling rumors about what comes next for Golden State. Jonathan Kuminga has been a lightning rod of attention ever since the Warriors drafted him. His athleticism, defensive upside, and improving offensive game have all made him one of the most exciting young prospects in the league. But with the Warriors struggling to balance their championship core with developing players, speculation has naturally risen about whether Golden State would consider moving him in a big trade or whether he'd eventually test free agency for a larger role elsewhere. Kuminga, who has shown flashes of star potential, has made it clear that he wants to be more than just a role player. His recent performances have only fueled the conversation as he's played with confidence, aggression, and a clear desire to carve out his own path in the league. Curry, who has always been careful with his words, didn't give away too much when asked about Kuminga's future, but his reaction was telling. Instead of dismissing the speculation outright, Curry acknowledged Kuminga's importance to the team while also leaving the door open for the reality that the NBA is a business and things can change quickly. He praised Kuminga's growth and said the Warriors need him if they want to compete, but his tone also hinted at understanding that free agency decisions and trade rumors are part of the game. Fans picked up on this nuance immediately, and it's created a wave of discussion about how committed Golden State truly is to Kuminga and whether Curry himself is preparing for the possibility of roster changes. Their Warriors front office has been aggressive in recent years when it comes to keeping their championship window alive. With Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and Curry himself all advancing in age, the pressure is on management to make moves that keep the team relevant in the crowded Western Conference. Names like Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, and other superstars have been linked to Golden State in various rumors, and almost all of those hypothetical deals include Jonathan Kuminga as the centerpiece going the other way. The young forward has become both the Warriors' most valuable trade chip and a symbol of their internal struggle. Do they build for the future, or do they mortgage tomorrow for one more shot at glory today? Curry's reaction to all of this reflects his role as both a competitor and a realist. He knows Kuminga could be vital in any deep playoff run if the team decides to hold on to him. At the same time, he understands the Warriors' history of making bold moves, and he's experienced firsthand how quickly teammates can come and go in pursuit of a championship. For Curry, the priority is always winning. And while he clearly has a fondness for Kuminga, he won't deny that the team has to consider all options if it means adding the right piece that could push them back to the top of the NBA. What makes this situation even more compelling is Kuminga's own mindset. Reports suggest he's keeping all options open, and while he's happy to develop under Curry's leadership, he doesn't want to be stuck in a limited role forever. Free agency whispers are beginning to surface, and rival teams are watching closely. If Kuminga feels like he can't maximize his potential with the Warriors, there will be plenty of franchises lining up with big offers, and Golden State knows they might be forced into a tough decision sooner rather than later. This is why Curry's words are being dissected so closely. His public stance could influence not just Kuminga's confidence, but also how the front office decides to proceed. Around the league, executives are already speculating on the Warriors' next big move. The team has been inconsistent this season, and while Curry has continued to put up elite numbers, the supporting cast hasn't always delivered. Klay Thompson's future is uncertain. Draymond Green's availability has been up and down, and the Warriors are aware that their margin for error is shrinking. Jonathan Kuminga represents both the hope for a smooth transition into a new era and the temptation to cash in for an established star. If the Warriors do end up exploring the trade market this summer, Kuminga's name will almost certainly headline those conversations. Curry's reaction is also important because of the influence he holds in the organization. While he doesn't make roster decisions himself, his opinion carries weight with ownership and management. If Curry were to strongly advocate for keeping Kuminga, it would be difficult for the front office to justify moving him. On the other hand, if Curry signals he's open to a blockbuster trade that gives management the green light to pursue major deals without fear of damaging team chemistry. So far, his comments suggest he's walking a fine line supportive of Kuminga, but not shutting down the possibility of change. For fans, this creates an emotional tug-of-war. On one hand, they've seen Kuminga blossom into a player who could be a future all-star, someone who represents the next chapter after the dynasty years. On the other hand, they know their Warriors' best chance at another title might involve adding a superstar. Now, even if it means sacrificing Kuminga's future, Curry's reaction, calm and measured as always, reflects that same inner conflict that fans are experiencing. He wants to win, but he also recognizes the talent and potential sitting right next to him on the bench. What makes this story even more compelling is how it ties into Curry's legacy. He's already secured his place as one of the greatest players in NBA history. But how the Warriors handle the next few years will define how his career closes. If Kuminga stays and develops into a star alongside Curry, it could create a bridge between generations that keeps the Warriors competitive for years to come. If the team trades Kuminga for an established veteran, it could give Curry one last shot at a championship, but leave questions about the long-term direction of the franchise. Curry's reaction, thoughtful and careful, shows that he's aware of the stakes. As the season progresses, all eyes will remain on Golden State. Every game Kuminga plays, every trade rumor that pops up, and every word Curry says will be magnified. Their Warriors are at a crossroads, and their decisions in the coming months will shape not only the team's future, but also the NBA landscape. Curry's reaction to Kuminga's free agency talk is more than just a soundbite. It's a window into the delicate balance the Warriors are trying to maintain between winning now and building for tomorrow. Jonathan Kuminga's free agency story and the rumors swirling around him are far from over. And Curry's response has only poured more fuel on the fire. Fans better buckle up, because the next chapter of Warriors basketball could be one of the most dramatic yet.